Hello, we are back. A little technical blip there, so we do hope you continue to join us here in this second section of our first warm-up. But here we go. So we have done those warm-ups with those knees over toes and those plies and planks. We started to hold the kettlebell. Let's pick that back up, and then we'll continue. Take it away, Lauren.
So, as mentioned, we're going to hold this kettlebell in the rack position. We'll stand over top of our bell. We'll use one hand, cuddle with the second, zip through, and punch to tall. We're thinking about how we have to stand to press this kettlebell. Feet rooted, cheek squeezed, vertical forearm. Bell more on the forearm than it is on your bicep. If it's on your bicep, we're likely chicken winging out. 3, 2, two hands down. Place it down, up without. Same thing, second side. Don't worry if that was heavy. It won't get lighter, but it'll feel lighter. Same thing, other side. Hip hinge, grip, rack, hold. Again, check in. You have that vertical forearm. Ribs down, pushing down and out on the floor. A strong base. This is the same as the plank we did in the previous video to warm up here. We're bracing and breathing, and then 2 hands, part kettlebell. Next time we come back to that, let's do 1 press. But until then,
to the bar. Let's get those feet in our first position today. We'll try to work through that in various different movements on and off the bar. With the feet in that first position, let's do a tendu or a leg point to the front. Then do your dorsiflex or karate style foot, and then turn in on that hip, and then turn out. Repeat 1 more turn in, then 1 more turn out, and then a point of the foot. Let's take that leg then from the front to the side or second, and change the foot again, and then on the hip, we'll turn the femur in, and then turning out. As you turn in, focus on keeping your standing leg forward. As you turn out, ensure that that elevated hip or elevated leg, that hip stays forward as well. Return 1 more time to turn in and point. We'll break that ballet rule, and turning in, we'll bring it around to the back, then go over the foot and just reach it all the way through to first. Then take that same leg and reach it out to the back with a toe point, and then a turned out position, and bring it from the back to the side to the front, and then finish back in that first position. And then after that, let's just balance up in that ankle or coup de pied position with or without a hand on the bar, and the leg you're standing on is stiff on the knee and squeezed on the glutes, and the elevated leg is pointing to the side and the toes pointing down. Then push the foot to the ground, find 2 feet, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So it's a tendu or a straight leg movement to the front and some turn in and outs on the hip from there. So a leg to the front, point those toes, but then change the foot, dorsiflex. Now turn in on the hip, pushing the inseam to the midline, and then turn out on the hip, kneecap to the outside. Repeat 1 more of each again, our internal rotation, femur turning in on that hip, cramping those side butt cheeks most likely, and then turn out, kneecap away. Point the foot. Take it from the front to the side, manipulate that ankle again, and turn in on the hip. Squeeze your standing leg butt cheek, and then turn out on the hip. Turn in again, turn out, and then break the ballet rule, turn in on the hip, point the foot, and take it all the way around to the back. Now take that leg from the back and bring it to the front with a toe point, and then all the way to the back again. This time we will turn out from the back to the side, and the side to the front, and then pull back to that first position, and then pull up the foot, point the toes, knee side, hips forward, ribs over hips. Keep going through that checklist as you work on your balances, and then back to that first position, and it's time to kettlebell press.
Oh, all right. Today's practice, we'll start with 1s, we'll work to 2s, we'll press to 3, we'll see where it takes us. Right now, 1 press. Hip hinge over your bell. Prepare for liftoff, but take it a nice inhale. Keep it, and press that bell overhead. Boom. Then pull it back down to that rack position with control. 2 hands, park the bell. Hold that first press. Just getting that groove, feeling it. Same thing, second side. Here we go, hip hinge. Inhale, prepare. Press bell overhead. Pull bell down with control. 2 hands on, and park. All right, that was 1. That went up nicely.
Yeah, that was
smooth leg.
Pleasant.
Butter, one of my favorite foods.
Butter on homemade sourdough bread. That sounds good. But until then, let's spread out those legs on these pliés here. So let's go into a plié squat. And then take a single leg to the front as that tendu. Then we'll stretch nice and tall. Go back to that single leg squat. And as we stand up this time, return the feet back to first position. And then a single leg squat here, transferring weight, leg out to the side. Stand tall on that leg, and then bend that leg and assemble those feet back together. Repeating out the back, knees over toes. Reach to the back, single leg stretch, single leg bend, and then heels together, standing tall. And right now, let's just pull back up to that ankle position, stand nice and tall. Stay on the flat foot if that was challenging enough for you, or with some focus, looking straight ahead, find those demi-point rises. Lauren warmed up with us as part of that warm-up. Hold for a second, use the bar as needed, and then back to that first position with control. Same thing other side. So we'll squat or plie with that leg action out front, side, and back, plus the balance at the end. It's a two-footed squat. It's a single leg squat, then we transfer weight and we stand tall. There's very little weight on the leg out front, but when we arrive together, we can share back on 2 feet. And we'll do our knee bend and our weight transfer, and then stand up nice and tall. And again, and assemble those legs together. Repeating to the back on a two-footed squat, single leg reach, stiffen both knees, that standing leg will bend, and we'll assemble those legs back together. And then pull up, challenge yourself with a flat foot balance, or add that next level of complexity. Nice simple drill, but not easy at all. Hold the demi-point rise, and then back to those 2 points and down with control. That's our kind of rest set for the upper body. So what do we have next?
2 presses if you'd like. Remember that second rep is always optional. We'd rather you do one really awesome one than a second mediocre one. But whatever the number is for you, here we go. It's a hip hinge. Inhale, prepare for liftoff. Keep it. 1, we're going to inhale back to the rack position. And 2. Good. Inhale, pull down. 2 hands, park bell. That breathing is very important. It will take your presses to the next level, and it will be the make or break of a very heavy press. So make sure you practice it and pay attention to it as much as the load. Hip hinge. Inhale. Keep it. Press. Inhale back down. Press. Inhale, pull bell back to rack. 2 hands on and park that bell. Boom. Gotcha.
Gotcha. Finish with that integrity. We're going to start today's practice strong and finish stronger. If you are failing on those numbers of repetitions, either groove it with your body weight or get a little bit of a lighter kettlebell. That might help too. We're back on the bar and we're back to that first position. Right now though, we'll do a jeté or a leg off the floor in the front. Then we'll go side, back, then side. Then we'll do 2s and 2s and 2s, and maybe even 3 and 3 and 3. A little bit elevated heart rate. Let's go. It's to the front and first and side and first and back and then side. And we'll go front for 2. That's 2. Front to the side for 2.
Front to the side.
And then to the back for 2. And the side for 2. And now 3, 2, 1, 3, and 2, and 1, 3, and 2, and 1. And then the last time, to the side for 3. Then pick up that knee even higher and find that passe position on a flat foot. Hips are level. If you lift the knee higher, the hip that it's connected to is staying low to the ground. And then return that to the ground and finish nice and tall. My feet aren't sliding quite as nicely off the floor today. Normally we do wear those ballet shoes, but we'll try that anyway here, getting that nice jeté action, nice and quick.
And that stability on that other side is so much work.
So, to the front and to the side. With straight legs, reach back, and then to the side. And now 2s to the front, followed by 2s to the side, 2s to the back, and again to the side. And now 3 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 2 and 1 and 3 and 2 and 1. And last time to the side for that 3. And then pick up that knee, point those toes. Find that standing leg stability as Lauren mentioned, and keep squeezing those glutes and stiffen that knee. But the knee that's to the side is to the side, and those toes point down. Then they find the floor, nice and controlled, back to our first position. Third set.
All right, not quite as quick as jetés, but also not too slow as we increase those numbers to 3 presses. We'll stand over top of our bell. Mentally prepare, visualize, hip hinge, inhale to rack. 1, inhale down. 2, just like your plank, create tension in your butt cheeks. And 3, pull bell down, park it with control. Whoa. So as we press that heavy kettlebell, thinking about using our whole body tension. So our feet are rooted in the floor, our kneecaps pull up, our butt cheeks squeeze, and we have off-arm tension. Here we go. Hip hinge, other side. Grip. Inhale, rack. Tight everything. Inhale, down. Tighten. Inhale, down. And inhale, down. Whew. And park. I needed all the muscles to help me on that last press.
Whew. And we do have all the muscles, so let's use all those muscles. We'll go back to the bar, and this time it gets a little slow with some time under tension leg holds. So pull up to the ankle and perhaps start and stop there, or continue with us as we get to the knee. On the knee, let's find that attitude position out front. We have a slightly bent knee, foot in line with that belly button, holding. Then return it to that knee or passe position, and then reach out the back. Same conditions. The toes line up with the belly button or the butt out the back. The knee is slightly bent. We're holding for a second longer, and let's just return to that passe position for 1 more of each position. To the front, nice and tall on that standing leg. Lauren's conditioning that she's on the front of that foot. Great habits there. And then back to that passe, and then to the open shape out the back. Maintain hips level, point those toes, and then back to passe. If we can, there's one last drill here, and that would be to find that demi-point position on a stiff leg and a squeezing bum cheek, and just the lightest amount of touch on the bar to help and keep our balance there, and then return to that first position with control. Shake it out. Time under tension with our kettlebells often, and also time under tension with the body weight adds the strength. So first position with those feet, light tension bar, and pull up, ankle or higher yet again on the knee. Then the attitude is that toe point out front, slight knee bend, maintain that turned out action on the hip, and then back to that passe position. From there, we'll reach it out the back. The hips are projecting forward. The leg is slightly bent out the back with a nice toe point, and we're back to that passe position underneath the hip. Repeating 1 more time. Even just holding that passe position is a great idea. Just keep the stability idea on the standing leg.
Too much talking.
As we gesture 1 more time to the back with that elevated leg, our mobility or gesturing leg there, and then return to the passe. Flat foot's appropriate. I need to look forward a little bit more here as I hold onto my balance and my rib cage is over the hips. I'm on those demi points. Littlest touch here today on the bar, and then return to the first position and down with control. Things got hot. Set 4.
Let's bring it back down. Let's take off 1 rep. We just did 3, right?
We did 3.
Okay. Let's take off 1 rep and drop it down to 2 reps here. Over top of your bell. It's a hip hinge. Grip. Inhale to rack. And, sorry, that was a little loud. 1, inhale. 2, bell comes down. Park. Nice job. How'd that feel?
Ready to rock.
Good. Me too. Here we go. Same thing, second side. Prepare. Take the inhale. Tight legs, tight butt, tight abs. Inhale down. And tighten on the up. And inhale down. Sounds like I'm saying tighten. Woo. Like a titan. Like the merman's.
Ooh.
Mermaid's
Trident.
Yeah. Really, I mean, the GHT titan.
You ever had to watch Teen Titans with your nephews and nieces? Terrible show. Terrible show. We hope this show is going a little bit better
But
here.
if you're a Teen Titan fan, I hope you're a Bars and Bells fan.
Yeah, you better be both. Okay, so here we are. One last exercise on the bar, and we'll spend the next exercises after that in the center. So this is our fondue exercise where we'll pull up to the ankle as both knees bend, and then both knees extend and straighten together too. Then return to that ankle position, and this time reach out to the side or second. Then the back ankle coup de pied or balance, and then stretch it out the back as well. And then back to the ankle and out to the side. Now find that demi or rise, and then we'll fall together with the knees bending and then stiffen or straighten together as well. The knees bend together, and then we'll reach that leg out to the side. To the back ankle, stretch those knees together. We'll do one last time here to the side, and then stay there in that passe position. And could be from here, try to find that attitude hold out front, hands or no hands on the bar. Then to the passe position and staying high, high, high on that demi point down low, that nice attitude position out the back as well. Then return to passe, and with control, return to those 2 points and back down. That control word again comes through. It's simple, it's not easy. Work on your balances, use your bar, but here we go for one last time, fondues. The knees bend together, and they straighten together with a toe point. They bend together and straighten out to the side. Back ankle coup de pied balance, stretch out the back, and then one more time the side on a flat foot. And when the leg arrives, find that demi. The knees bend together and stiffen together. Bend together and lengthen. And then one last time here to the back, then the final repetition to the side, and find your passe, stay here, or join us as we try to change our attitude here out front. Find that demi position next, passe position next on a demi, and then the attitude out the back, hands or no hands on the bar, back to passe, back to 2 points. And like it's easy, although we know it's not, flat feet. Whew.
Oh, I don't know what's harder. Actually, I do. For me, pressing a kettlebell is easy. Hips are hard.
Hips.
So let's take a break from that stuff and let's do this. Let's go back down to the number 1. 1 press each side. Hip hinge. Inhale, prepare. And it's up. Let's do a 5-second pull down. 5, 4, 3, 2, whoa. So if you're looking to improve that to that next rep, those are a great way to spend a little more time under tension. Take your time on the down. Here we go. Same thing, other side. 1 up, 5-second down. Inhale and up. And then 5-second pull down. 5, 4, 3, 2, rack, park. Oh, wow.
Whew. Awesome. That's it for our kettlebell practice today. So let's just take those and place those out the back so we can open up some space for in the front. And this will be our last exercise in the center here as well, implementing those plies and those weight transfers and hopefully some safe crampiness in those legs. Start in your first position. We'll do our plie or our squat on 2 feet and then take a leg to the front. This time we'll rond or circle the leg from the front to the side, maintain that turnout, and then stretch your standing leg knee. Then return down on that single leg squat, return the leg to the front, and stand up nice and tall. Repeating one more time, knee over toe. Stay low, reach it to the side, and hold. Stay low, reach it to the front, and this time as we extend the hip, bring the leg back to that first position, and switch. Knee bends together. Straighten the 1. Keep the hip forward, particularly the leg that's circling to the side. Then we'll stretch that standing leg, then bend it again, absorbing the landing, and take it from the from the side to the front, and also a full body stretch. This time we'll stay low. We'll go low in a plie. Take the leg to the side and keep pushing this hip forward, hold for a second, and then bring it back around to the front. And as we stretch this time, return the leg underneath. There's one more exercise to finish. It's our plie again. This time, dajete or off the ground. Keep it off the ground and reach it high, high, high to the side. And then tap down, and then a full extension of the hip. And then reach down and away, brushing over that imaginary hurdle from the side to the front. Leave it out front this time and stand up. One last time, we're going down and up and over and holding. Stay low on a bent knee, but tap the other leg down, and then reach up and over and tap down, and full extension of those hips all the way through.
You sure we're done with the kettlebell?
Embrace that pleasant burn, and we have 2 hips. One that was stability, one was mobility, and here we are changing it up. It's 2 feet down. It's a single leg reaching to the front, the jeté.
Oh, low first.
Oh,
We did it low first on the other side. Or did we do both sides?
I thought we did both sides.
Okay, maybe we did.
And if we didn't, you're getting a little break. But here we go. Let's do it again. This time the jeté are off the ground. Knees over toes. Reach towards up. Lift up and over. Tap the ground. And we will extend the hip to stand tall. And then bend the knee and brush away and lift up and over. Leave it out front this time as we stand up again. Then we'll stay low for the very last exercise today, but the leg goes high and it's out to the side and we're pushing those hips forward.
I'm dripping.
Tap down and then lift up and over. One more time to the front and push those hips through to finish. Each hip is burning equally, so I think that's a fair approach to keeping things even in this practice.
Yeah.
And we want those soft skills of movement like the bar and those hard style skills of strength. And you might have one that's a favorite or one that's a strength, but work on everything so we can stay resilient and strong in any way and any practice you choose.
Thank you for joining us today. We pre-recorded our Saturday body weight workout, and unfortunately the same blip in the internet happened at around the 8-minute mark. We continued our practice unknowingly for the next 25 minutes or so, but unfortunately it didn't record. So there's an 8-minute little workout to get you started.
Just warm up.
But we'll start it all back again next week and hope that the internet is tried, trusted, and true by then. On Tuesday, we have our kettlebell summer workout, Thursday back at the bar, and Saturday our bodyweight class. Until then, check out our website. Sign up and like and subscribe on Patreon and YouTube.
Don't forget
anything. And until next time, take care.
Stay strong.
And we'll train soon.
Have a good day.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.